The UK's Brexit negotiators have been told to stick to their guns and be absolutely clear when dealing with the EU on the future of fishing rights and access to British waters when the UK fully cuts ties with the bloc at the end of the year. The UK allowing EU boats access to British fishing waters will not be a matter of surrendering sovereignty, but deciding on the terms, Tory MP Steve Double has said. The St Austell and Newquay MP spoke to Express about the nature of trade talks with Brussels. Mr Double also claimed the government had been very clear in its approach to fishing post-Brexit. He said, "I think one of the things that we've all learnt from the last 6 months is that Boris Johnson's government has been absolutely clear in dealing with the EU. They have not caved in to every whim and request from the EU. There is a compromise to be had in terms of us determining what access EU vessels can have to our waters. It's not about surrendering our sovereignty over our waters." Mr Double continued, "It's about the terms on which we allow EU vessels to fish in our waters. If we're talking about a reasonable compromise of the level of which we determine they have access, that's something very different from if we give out the rights to determine who fishes in our own waters. So I think the government's been very clear in terms of what their position is. We will be controlling our waters and I don't expect that to change." Face-to-face Brexit negotiations have resumed, but again little progress has been made, as described by both the UK and EU participants. A UK government spokesperson claimed that significant differences still remained between the two sides on a number of important issues. EU chief negotiator Michel Barnier tweeted they would continue working with patience, respect and determination. The EU's demand for the UK to maintain the common fisheries policy post-Brexit has been ridiculed by UK chief negotiator David Frost. Mr Frost told a committee earlier this year, "Michel Barnier has to work within the mandate that's given to him by member states. They, in their wisdom, decided that their opening pitch for this should be as far as possible the same as it is now. So that the common fisheries policy continues just as if we were a member. We find that a bit unusual because in many other areas they tell us nothing can be the same after you've left the EU.